Today we're doing wonton soup with crispy pot stickers from Feel Good Foods. We'll review all of the ingredients in the video, and these pot stickers come in chicken or pork. I bought the chicken, but if you prefer the pork flavor, that is fine. You can do variation on this recipe. Come along with me. Let's get started. I'm making a small batch, so I'm only going to add about 2 cups of broth. Actually, I use bone broth, not chicken stock, because I think it tastes better. The next thing that you want to add to this is, you actually turn your heat on at this point pretty high, because you want to mull all the flavors. I'm going to add a little organic toasted sesame oil. Tamari, this is soy sauce that is gluten-free, so you want to look for tamari. So add about a couple tablespoons to that, couple tablespoons of that. And you're going to add some ginger. This is wonton soup, so it's going to have a little bit of a Asian flair to it. Some garlic. I like a good amount of garlic, so you can see a good amount of garlic. Stir that together, and your broth should look like this. Heat that up. We're going to bring that in. I'll let you know when it's heated, and we'll come back and add the rest. All right, this is warmed up enough, and this is my crock pot chicken. We're going to add all of that in. The crock pot chicken is basically chicken breast tenders. They have less of a cartilage in them, that tendon or whatever you want to call it. So I use that, and I put it on high for 3 hours in the crock pot with the Olive Garden dressing. The Olive Garden Italian dressing is gluten-free. I've done the research on that. And so the chicken comes out nice and tender, and then I shred it while it's still hot. And then you can add any vegetables to this. You can make it Asian and do bok choy, spinach, cabbage. But I make it really simple, and I do the mixed vegetables, these mixed vegetables. So they're just kind of a little bit of everything. So let's go ahead and dump that in. Just do whatever you think for vegetables. Yeah, good amount. And stir that in. And this is what my soup looks like at this point, although it's going to look even better. I'm actually going to, it's a little thick. I'm going to add maybe a little more, no, actually I'm not going to add more broth. I like it how it is. But anyway, yeah, you're just kind of eyeballing everything, couple tablespoons of everything. Go ahead and eyeball it. And then at this point, I would bring it to a boil because you want to mull all those flavors together. You can see this is steaming and it's about to come to a boil. The boil is to mull the ingredients, like I said, but also you want to cook those vegetables. So you don't have to boil it long. And I did end up adding half a cup more of bone broth. So, just use your measurements according to what you put in it. So, because you want room for the pot stickers, so that it's not, too dry. Yep, there it goes. It's starting to boil. So I'm going to cook those vegetables. For this, I made about half a pound of chicken. I bought a package of chicken breast tenders, and I went ahead and used half of that. And I'm using half of my chicken for chicken salad. So that's got a good rolling boil now. What will happen is once the vegetables are cooked, I'll turn that down, and then we'll put it in a bowl, and we'll add the wontons separately. We can't make pot sticker soup or wonton soup without chicken pot stickers. So these are the Feel Good Foods. What I recommend with these is you do not boil them in the soup. You cook them separately and only as needed. So if you're making 2 bowls of soup, cook up 2 servings and leave the broth in the refrigerator and only add what you need. Otherwise, they get gummy and gooey and they fall apart. I made that mistake the first time I made it. But these taste best when they're either baked in the oven or fried in a pan. That's how I recommend making them, and the directions are right on the back. Here is the pot sticker soup. We go to restaurants, we never get to enjoy something like this. So this is something that you can make very easily, very simply at home. And the wontons come out, see how they're a little browned? I baked mine and they come out just a little brown. They're perfect. And I serve that with this baguette that I'm going to add butter to. And I'll show you the packaging on that. This is the best baguette I've ever had that's gluten-free. It is Take and Bake. Greenlight is the brand. Gluten-free, right on the package. Multi-grain. They also have a classic. The classic is not as soft. It's a little bit of a crispier, but it's great for making sandwiches. It's great. Look at all that, those seeds. It's a seeded multi-grain bread baguette, and that I highly recommend if you haven't tried these yet. And I just cut up what I need and cook whatever I need. Or you can heat up the whole baguette, but it heats up in about 5 to 8 minutes, depending on how crispy you want it.